In Tapoyauik, the ice isn't just temperature, it's frozen memory. The frost clings to the stone like a story half told, civilization frozen mid-sentence. The old ones carved their archive into the deep ice with a desire to preserve what mattered before time could erode it. But the deeper they carved, the more the ice began to tremble. Every civilization has its Icarus moment, the point where curiosity outpaces caution, where the desire for knowledge becomes the thing that undoes you. The old ones weren't villains, they weren't fools. But like the dwarves of Moria, they dug into the deep places of the world and awakened something ancient. Something older than their language, older than their tools, older than their dreams. Amoxliatl, the Balrog of the ice. The moment she stirred, the archive became a tomb. The pedestals froze unfinished. The tablets ended mid-thought. The Nagua, wild spirits of the ice, turned into a storm that could not be weathered. And the dream to preserve their knowledge was met by the primordial being of the deep. A cruel irony. They tried to freeze their wisdom in time, and instead they met death by ice. They sought permanence, and the ice answered. And here's the part that hits closer to home. We all try to create a Tapoyauik inside us, a place where we try to write the truths of ourselves, the frozen rooms of unfinished thoughts, the memories we carved into the incomplete walls of our own psyche before our own Amoxliatl awakened with a different plan. Primordial force inside of us that predates our spoken tongue, that riles up the parts of us we've buried so long. And here's the quiet danger. If you never dig, the ice still forms. If you never descend, the storm still builds. If you never face what sleeps beneath, your ice can only hold so long. Avoidance doesn't protect you. It only ensures you meet your Amoxliatl unprepared. Because the archive of our DNA doesn't always agree with the one we try to carve with our thoughts. The dwarves didn't awaken the Balrog because they were wicked. They awakened it to prosper. The old ones didn't awaken Amoxliatl because they were reckless. They awakened her because they were trying to preserve what mattered. And we don't awaken what sleeps because we're selfish. We awaken it when understanding can't stay quiet. The lesson isn't don't dig. The lesson is dig with reverence, dig with awareness, dig knowing that the deep places have their own rules to respect. Because the deeper you go, the more likely you are to meet the part of yourself that can freeze you or free you. And the deeper you refuse to go, the more likely that part will rise on its own terms. So when I walk through Tapoyauik, I'm not just exploring ruins, I'm exploring the archive of my own past, the frozen chambers, the unfinished stories, the echoes of the person I am. And when I face Amoxliatl, I'm finally seeing my truest inner self, a reflection in the ice that is more me than my own half-written stories. So I descend with courageous comfort, not rushing, not avoiding, not pretending the ice couldn't crack beneath my feet, but walking with quiet respect. Because the truth is, we all have an archive. We all have an Amoxliatl. So I try to remember I'm writing on ice as I learn to live with the one who guards it.